What's up, everybody? I'm Kansu, and this is Crystal Corner. You can find me on Instagram at KRYSTALKORNER. Again, that's Crystal Corner with K's on Instagram. Today's video is going to be about how to clean your crystals. A lot of people don't know you can't just keep using your crystals without cleaning them off. They soak up all your energy, but where does it go? It gets stored in them, right? Just like the way you wash your ass, you gotta wash their ass too so they can keep your shit clean, keep your aura cleaned off. We don't want no negativity. We like positive vibes around here at the Crystal Corner. So the first way I'm gonna talk about is real simple: sunlight. It's out all day long, right? Real simple. All you do, or I like to do, is take my crystals before I go to work and put them in my windowsill. That way, as the sun's coming up, you get all day sunlight until you get back home. You take that, be super charged, okay? The next way we're going to talk about, real brief, moonlight. You could take them, put them outside in the moonlight, let them sit all night, bring it back in. That's going to give you that real calming, collected emotional feeling. The sun's going to give you a kind of Leo type energy because the sun is ruled by Leo, or the Leo is ruled by the sun. That's the sign it is. So if you can imagine how a Leo is, real fiery, real passionate, it's going to give you that fire and flame that you need to get things going. The next way we're going to talk about, just real brief, is incense, okay? Incense, we talked about how sage is for cleaning your environment, and we talked about how selenite cleans off your energy. Selenite's another way that you can actually use to clean other crystals because it's self-cleaning. But as far as incense goes, what you'll do is you light your incense, and as it's burning, you'll take your crystal or whatever it is. We'll just use this obsidian for a second and act like this right here is the smoke. You'll just pass the crystal over the smoke like this and let it soak in. You do that, it'll be cleaned off for you. Another way you could do it is with water. We talked about how water is an energetic conductor and it conducts the energy of whatever crystals that you have. So if you sit the crystals in the water and drink it later, you can absorb the energy of the water, or the energy of the crystals through the water, okay? But if the crystals haven't been cleaned off in a while, what the water is actually going to do is act as a conduit or a carrier, and it's going to carry that negative energy away from the crystal into the surrounding body of water, and then when you drain it off, your crystals will be renewed. It's kind of like if you were to take your crystals down to the river or in the lake or something and let the waves cascade and wash over them. It's the same thing you could do. You could do with tap water out the sink if you want to. If you like Evian or any of those, high pH waters, this Evian's terrible water. Don't drink that shit. Fiji's a whole lot better if you're going to drink something. Use that, pour it in a bowl, whoop-de-woo, you're going to get your crystals clean, okay? The next way is with sound. By sound, you can use the healing bowls, that you hear. They strike them, and it carries a note. That's one way that you can clean off your crystals. I prefer, and what I suggest that you do is set your crystals around your wireless speaker or your house speaker, whatever you got plugged up to your stereo, whatever you listen to your music on, put it by the speakers. What you're going to do is you're not going to put on none of the ratchet shit, okay? We're going to put on some of that old smooth shit that your grandparents used to listen to. Those real vibes that get into you. Maybe some funk, put some Parliament on. If you like jazz, throw that on. Don't put the blues on there because the blues is going to make your crystals help you sing the blues. You don't want that. You want something that's going to make you feel like you up, Like put on the music that you would play while the old folks is there at the cookout. You dig? Those vibes are going to clean it out. So when you get your crystals back and you working with them, it's going to put the same vibe that you got from the music, that real happy feeling that you get, that real comfortable, calm, collected feeling that you get from the music is the same resonance that the crystals are going to bring with you. The next way we could talk about is just put them on the dirt. Take them outside, throw them on the ground, put them in the dirt. If I'm outside letting my dog out so she can go take a dump or whatever, sometimes I'll take my crystals and throw them out on the ground with her, come back, go take a shower, come back outside, bring my crystals in, and they got a real grounding feeling. So you got to think about the elements and what they do. We know that water deals with the emotions, right? So if you're trying to get an emotional cleanse and you're trying to work on your emotional self, you're going to want to clean your crystals with water. If you are working on getting some courage and some drive to be able to make things happen and get that quick start firecracker energy, you're going to want to work with flame to be able to do that, to clean your crystals off. If you are trying to work on your thought process in your mind, you're going to want to work with incense because that represents the element of air. So if you're trying to work on your mind and clean your mental facility out, you're going to want to cleanse your crystals with incense, okay? Sound is kind of like a fourth and fifth dimensional construct because it makes you feel all types of emotions. It exists in the ethereal realm, so we could qualify that as a fifth element. It handles everything. That's one of the best ways you could clean your crystals, really, is with sound. Just put some good music on to let your crystals rock out with you. Visualization is another one. So while you're sitting meditating with your crystals, a lot of people like to do meditations where you picture a bright white light around yourself and expand that out to kind of keep you clean and center you while you're meditating. You can do the same process with crystals. Just understand that different colors have different frequencies and meanings. So let's just use love, for example, because everybody wants some of that. You have your heart chakra and you have your high heart chakra. Heart chakra is green, high heart chakra is pink. So with visualization, if you had your basic crystal, we're going to say a clear quartz, what you're going to do is you're going to sit with it in your hands like this. And while you meditate, you're going to imagine you're blanking it with a pink and green aura around the crystal, okay? It'll be like a green circle with like pink rays on the outside. Think of like a watermelon reverse. Like if the watermelon was green on the inside and the rind was pink, when you cut it, that's the type of color aura that you want to see around the crystal while you're doing that, okay? Another one is intentional breath. This is actually how you would program your crystal, okay? You can program your crystal the same way with visualization. Just visualize what you want your crystal to do for you and program it that way while you're sitting there meditating like this. Or with the intentional breath, we understand that when you speak something, that energy, that frequency, that vibration that comes from your throat chakra, your voice box, goes out into the physical reality and manifests as a sound, okay? When it's manifested as a sound, technically you're kind of giving some of your power away to the universe around you. So what you want to do is, instead of speaking the words, you're going to just think the words and blow over the stones, okay? So if I wanted to think about love, I would think love and I would go and let that breath that I just let out blanket the crystals with the frequency of love, okay? Physical contact, it just means touching them. You can rub on them. If you're already clean and clear, you've gotten out the shower, you know, you smudged yourself with your incense or your selenite wand, you're gonna just rub on your crystals and put all your loving intention and vibes that you want on your crystals. Just rub them, okay? The last one we're going to talk about, and it's really kind of two together, is sea salt. So you can get a big, what them things called? Then one of them Tupperware Johns, little Tupperware container that you take shit home from your grandma's house in. Fill it up with some sea salt and just let bury your crystals in that and let it sit overnight. What that's going to do is it's going to get the crystals back to their baseline frequency before anything touched them. Because salt is actually a crystal as well. It's NaCl. It's crystallized sodium, okay? Natrium sodium. So that's going to have another crystallized frequency that's baseline that's going to even out your crystals. Now, if you wanted to clean your crystals while you're in your room and then as you're cleaning them, send out the full frequency of your crystals into your environment, I'm sure you guys have heard of pink Himalayan salt lamps. If you haven't, you can find one on Amazon. You can hit me up on Crystal Corner and I'll be able to get one to you. Just let me know. Comment below. But the salt lamp actually cleans the energy. It goes like this. Like the lamp is sitting. Imagine this is the lamp, okay? This is the base. My finger is going to be the energy that circulates around it. So if you set your crystals around the salt lamp, right? And you turn it on, that light is charging the salt, which we just spoke about as a crystal, right? It's going to take that energy and it goes in a clockwise circle around its environment. It's already spiraling into the room, but because the crystals that you have are so close to that salt lamp, it's going to pick up the frequency of those crystals as well, and kick that out into your environment as well. Once again, I'm Kansu. This is Crystal Corner. Today we told you how you can clean your crystals off. Before I go, one more thing. If you haven't ever cleaned your crystals off before, you just bought them from the store and you want to start working with them, you want to give your crystals a crystal bath, okay? I can't stress this enough. When you take your crystals out of the bath that you're going to give them, they will sing to you. Like the vibrations off the shit is mad crazy, fam. For real. So what you're going to need for the bath is pH balanced water, so high alkaline water. You don't want to use tap water because you don't want to put impurities onto the frequencies that you're trying to carry with you throughout the day, okay? So get some purified water. Spring water is cool too. If you can't get alkaline water, you can use spring water too. Put your crystals in a bowl with spring water. You're going to get a third a cup of lemon juice and pour that in the water. You're going to get a half a cup of apple cider vinegar, Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother. Half a cup. Pour that in there, okay, with the water. You're going to probably need about 3 to 4 cups of water for those that want exact measurements. If you want to, you can throw a little bit of Florida water in there too, and you're going to want to get either some sea salt or some pink Himalayan salt and dissolve the salt in the water. Once you've got that mixed with the lemon juice, the vinegar, the water, and apple cider vinegar, and the salt is dissolved, put your crystals in there, soak them no longer than 30 minutes. Crystals that you don't want to put in the water, for those of you that are a little bit more advanced and know what they are, you don't want to put calcites in there. So any color calcite you don't want to put in there because it'll dissolve. You don't want to put your fluorites in there because it'll dissolve. You don't want to put selenite in there. Once again, selenite was the one that we used to clean off our aura. It's an energetic cleaner by itself, so it never needs to be cleaned. It actually self-cleans itself. But again, no calcites, no selenite, desert rose and stuff like that, don't put that in the water. Your fluorites, don't put that in the water. It'll be okay for a couple times if you did do it, but when you take it out the water, you'll start to see the sheen come off. It'll get real ashy, then it gets brittle and starts to break off. I'm just telling you from experience because I've done it before. That's my video for today. Once again, we talked about how to clean your crystals. This is Crystal Corner, and I'm Kansu. I'm gonna get at you at a later date. Peace.